Dealing with the media can be nerve-wracking and unpleasant, and can result in the kind of headlines you don't want. It doesn't have to be like this. You can prepare your organisation for dealing with the media and turn the potential crisis of a reporter's inquiry into the opportunity of positive publicity.
So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Michael Dodd!
Media Skills on the Big Stage is designed to make your entire organisation media savvy in the space of a single slot at your conference or a couple of hours in your office.
You go in the room at the start of the day and you say, why are you here? And people always say, fear, basically. When the telephone rings in the office, they dive for cover if it's the media. They seem to think that Jeremy Paxman will ruin their career.
Media Skills on the Big Stage shows your people how to prepare when the media comes knocking on your door. It also shows how to get on the front foot and spot a good story within your organisation, and how to get it out there, presented in a way that the media will want to run it. This interactive presentation guides you on how to prepare for interviews with newspapers, magazines, radio and television, and how to have your own positive agenda.
But the thing is, have an agenda, think of a few key points, and then go into the interview and try to get your message across. Now, I have asked our star-studded interviewees here to actually have a couple of messages that they want to get across. We've nominated a topic. We haven't talked about it at great length. We've exchanged a couple of emails. Some of them very late. Some of them had to be chased into the changing rooms of the Riverside in order to reply, but they did in the end. But they've got their key messages, okay? So what we'll do after they've been interviewed is we'll find out what their key messages are. One or two or three, perhaps, key messages they wanted to get across. But I'm not going to be that helpful, okay? Wonderful guy that I am. In the interview, I'm not on your side, right? I'm testing you out on behalf of my wonderful audience. So your trick is to answer the questions, but to get your points across. And one of the wisest things I've ever heard about media training was from a colleague of mine who said that when answering questions and doing an interview, that a good interview, from the interviewee's point of view, a good interview is the opposite of sex. The climax comes at the start.
It also shows you how to avoid elephant traps, and through demonstration interviews in front of the group, how to stop yourself falling into black holes.
But it's a bit self-serving, isn't it, for your company to sort of say, well, you really need our company in order to solve your problems?
No, not necessarily. I mean, I think from our company's point of view, we've all been very much round the block. We made our mistakes in the past ourselves, and that's how we got to where we are.
What's your biggest mistake been?
You'd like to know, Mike. One day I'll tell you.
Well, was it a really bad one?
No, not particularly. Not in my case, no.
You sure?
Absolutely.
Steve Cox from Quantico, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
You get on-the-spot critiques, so all your people can learn to deal with the media all at once.
So I think you did very well on actually sort of maintaining a certain discipline there. Probably the thing that stuck in my mind of the area for improvement was jargon. A certain amount of management jargon there. Vertical something or other. Anyone remember any others? Benefit analysis, yeah. I mean, there's some people here will probably know about what that is, but a lot of people saying, what the hell is that? Now, my job as a reporter to a point is to say, well, what is benefit analysis? What is vertical? Whatever it was. But what you need to do as business people in your area is to try to communicate to ordinary folk who don't know what those things are.
I think that people are a lot more comfortable in recognising abuse, whereas previously it was something that went on behind closed doors.
What you probably needed to do is just shift onto the positive ground a bit more quickly. You were saying, oh, it's not so bad now. A few years ago it was bad. So I know you go, how bad was it 4 years ago, 10 years ago? It must have been terrible, And so if you're going to go into an interview like that, beware, and what you need to do is have sort of your positive messages thought out and try and get them across.
I had a bloke come around and put up some shelves the other day. He was known in the trade as Dodgy Dave. Shelves have fallen down. Could you come and fix them and make sure they stay up?
We have tradesmen who are extremely experienced, in many cases up to 30 years experience, and we also guarantee all of the work that we actually do at a person's home, and we are of course fully insured. So in the very, very unlikely event that there were to be a problem, you'd have the reassurance to know that we would come back and sort it out for you and no inconvenience to you. So
Well, it's an inconvenience to have you back.
it would not be an inconvenience because it wouldn't happen.
What, never?
It's never happened so far in all our trading that we've had to go back and redo a job. No.
It's got to happen one day though, doesn't it?
It may happen one day, but you'll have the reassurance that in that very unlikely event, we would come back and rectify any particular problem.
So what, you guarantee things for what, 50 years, 100 years?
We guarantee that for the life of the particular product, be it a shelf, provided it's not abused, it will stay up.
What's the shelf life of a shelf?
But yeah, you could see that they had their point, they stuck to their guns, and they were sort of confident enough to kind of basically sort of slap me back a bit. And at times you can get respect by that.
The thing that you want to do is make sure that you've worked out in advance something positive that you can say. One of the best bits of advice is, I think, is think in advance of what is the worst thing that they can ask me, and simultaneously, what is the best thing that I can say on that topic?
Media skills on the big stage is the way to get your organisation fit for the media spotlight, through guidance, through practice interviews, and through invaluable critiques. Media skills on the big stage with Michael Dodd Media.